The economic downturn in America has taken its toll. Loss of jobs, loss of homes, families struggling to get by. The effects can be seen in communities throughout the country. According to the U.S. Census Bureau, more than 46 million people are living in poverty, and many of them are children.
As people struggle with the economy's up and down. Families have a harder time just making ends meet. They have a harder time providing meals for their children. They have a harder time making sure that their children have adequate clothing to go to school in.
The struggles for basic needs is a harsh reality for many families. Fortunately, there are organizations dedicated to helping children and families in need in the U.S. and around the world.
Children Incorporated is a child sponsorship organization, and we work in the United States and abroad assisting children with their basic and education-related needs. I think a lot of folks in this country don't realize that there is real poverty here in this country as well, and that even a modest amount of money, when managed properly by our volunteer coordinators, can be stretched very far and can have a profound impact on the children's lives.
We have this assumption that every child has adequate clothing, adequate food, because there's so many government programs to help children. But that assumption is wrong, because not all the children qualify. They're sometimes invisible in the system and they're just not getting what they need. So that's where an organization like Children Incorporated comes in.
Children Incorporated, based in Richmond, Virginia, has been reaching out to families for nearly 50 years.
Our mission is to give children opportunities to attend school on a regular basis, to learn, to grow, and hopefully when they get out of school one day to be able to go into a productive line of work where they can provide for their children and their families. We try to make sure that they have hope in their lives. They can look forward to something better than their current situation, because without hope, children just flounder.
With support from a network of volunteers and sponsors, the organization works in the United States and around the world to help children.
We need the support. We have so many children who are waiting for assistance, and the field is wide open. We could add more and more and more children. We have calls constantly from organizations around the world asking if we can bring our sponsorship program to their community to help their children. But until we have sponsors, we're unable to help those children.
We've heard stories where kids have not attended school regularly, and when our coordinators have investigated, they found that the children in the family were sharing one coat and they were taking turns going to school. And when that need was realized, they could respond, act, enroll the child in the program and get coats for every child in the family.
I think it helps everyone to be able to come to school wearing clothes that fit and clothes that are clean, and knowing that if they have an emergency basic need, that they have a resource for that through Children Incorporated.
Over the course of nearly half a century, both in America and overseas, Children Incorporated has helped hundreds of thousands of children and their families.
As a mother, I needed it for my family, to help my family get through. Like me, a single mother of 5 kids, I wasn't able to go out and get everything that I needed for them at the time, but through Kids Incorporated with the sponsor, they helped me and my family on things as far as like clothing, shoes.
I can say about the program, it's very beneficial. It helps the children just as well as the parents. For instance, I'm a grandmother, a single grandmother with a limited income, and I'm raising 2 grandchildren. So it's a blessing, and it really has been good.
Through sponsorships and a dedicated network of volunteers, Children Incorporated is changing lives by providing education, hope, and opportunity for children in need. To learn more or to become a sponsor, log on to childrenincorporated.org or call 800-538-5381.